Hey there, everyone. Greetings, GleeCon. Thank you for tuning in to me and the big axe that you see in front of you. This is a show called Lore of Warcraft, and we cover everything, every quest, every bit of lore, every story. And we're in the middle of a World of Warcraft classic walkthrough. Last episode, we did one of our little side Johnsons to some of the non-canon fables called Visage Day, about how Chromie decided on her visage. And we are in the classic walkthrough. We're making our way through Desolace as a Horde character. So we did one episode of that so far. Stay a while and listen as we do the next. We continue plugging along. There's a lot to do here. So I think one of the things I wanted to do this time, we'll see how this goes, is I sort of kind of want to follow the caravan. Oh, you know, I just noticed that there's a poor outcome we have. Nah, I would call it a poor outcome, but Questy is acting up lately. I'm sure you guys know, anybody that's been playing, past couple days have been yikes in terms of the new updates to Season of Discovery wreaking havoc with things that we would typically do. Luckily, I kind of remember how it goes. What I would like to do on this episode is follow the caravan along to get both of those quests. We maybe will have to wait and do some waiting. Yeah, basically. Not really a super better way to put that. We kind of are going to have to wait for the caravan, and hopefully we'll find it. So caravan makes its progress. It does it in kind of increments where it'll go, move, wait. And I kind of think it ends its path somewhere along here. We don't have the exact pathing for it right now because of Questy not showing the trails on it. It's not showing. I do know, we know from last time it goes along this route. I just don't remember exactly, so now maybe we're gonna have to look this up. So this guy is called Cork Gizelton. So let's take a peeky poo at old Cork Gizelton. Cork Gizelton. I spelled that wrong, but that's okay. I said Gizeltron. See, it doesn't really show him, and I hate that. Does he pat or what? Kind of, yeah. So I don't know what the heck that means. At the south end, they take, okay, the north end, it doesn't, yeah, this is a really bad show of where he pats. It doesn't actually show it. So we're kind of stuck here. Don't love it. Don't remember where he ends up. I guess we can just sort of kind of follow the path ourselves. And maybe get at least one piece out of it. That's all we can really hope for. So we can catch him going either way. What we don't want to miss is right there is where he offers the Gizelton Caravan quest. We might not be able to really chase him down the entire time based on what he's doing. We missed the head drop. Well, I guess we didn't miss it. We weren't over in Orgrimmar. We have a lot of other things we can do today too. We have, I mean, a lot. As you can see, we have 9 quests going on, but there's a lot of interesting ones. So up here in the sea, we have a lot that we can do, and that's kind of where I want to go next. We also have some things at the Thunder Axe Fortress. We have some satyrs to kill over there. Maybe right here is where he pulls off, actually. Possibly. So it looks like that dude is maybe waiting. Cormac's hut. And like I said on the other episode, it's nice because you can get a lot of interesting recipes if you travel along with this caravan. Now, we could go from south to north. I just don't want to miss this one, the Gizelton Caravan. That's what I don't want to miss. So if we catch him in this stretch, it's going to be a little bit lame. Because that'll mean, depends on which way he's going, actually. So If we catch him on this stretch, if we catch him waiting right there, then we're all good. Even if he has to turn back around, we can do a little bit of some slight time-killing things. But we're going to kind of check it out, because it's going to take us somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 minutes to 45 minutes of just padding with him if we don't get lucky. If we do, and we catch him here and then here, you can bust out both quests in 10-15 minutes. So we have some weather coming. I'm hoping it won't affect our record, because they have closed because of the upcoming hurricane. They've shut down my job tomorrow. So, but the hurricane is not supposed to hit until tomorrow evening, and I'm really just on the fringes, so there's a pretty solid chance I see little to no effect of it. So I'm going to get this record on, and I don't have to wake up early. They will make us make this day up later at some point, so there's, this isn't like a freebie. They'll tack this on, they'll eat into a Thanksgiving holiday or something. They'll do so, or a lot of that. Sometimes what they do is they'll allow you to basically work overtime and make up the minutes that way. And I already worked tons of overtime, because we're salaried. When you work overtime, you don't actually get the hours. You don't get time and a half. You don't get any extra money. So, I already have plenty of docked. I log every hour that I work just for situations like this. And usually, more often than not, during hurricane season, it will affect me. So, the good thing is, so far, well, Bodyguard for Hire didn't have... Now, if we see him running this way, before we hit right there, that means that we're gonna... It's not going to be worth the whole wait, but we can at least hit the Bodyguard for Hire quest if he's running in this direction. If we catch him running this way before he gets to the Gizelton Caravan, then we'll be in a good position. We can at least hit that one, do a little waiting, and then come back with him. If we catch him over here waiting, even better, then we'll be able to just make the south to north run. That's my hope at this point. Or if we catch him while he is waiting right there, it's going to be 50-50. Which way is he going to be taking the caravan? If he's going back this way, it's going to essentially be like the scenario I just mentioned. But if he continues running on, then again, we're in good shape. So my hope is we either don't see him at all, and we can catch him waiting over here somewhere, or I think I veered off, but I don't know. Or we catch him just when he's about to hit. I mean, this is pretty good. You can normally hear him yelling if you're close. Got that there. So we're coming right up on where he would be waiting if the caravan was there. He's waiting. Perfect. So we can pick up a quest right now if we book it. That's fantastic.
Time is money, friend. Glad I could help.
Okay, I'm gonna read that one because I don't want to miss the timer. So it says, "You look like a capable Tauren. Perhaps you're looking to make some money. Cork and I started this caravan to make a bundle of money. Little did we know the dangers of turning a buck. Up ahead is Manorock Coven. Normally the demons ignore us, but something has the Konos spooked this time. I'll pay you to protect the caravan past Manorock Coven. Once we're safely past, you can receive a reward from our business associate, Steed, at Scrabble Screw's camp." Alright, now we will end up doing both. So this is actually perfect because he's heading this way. So we have to get him through this pass. It's basically an escort quest, but this is like a super jacked escort quest. Jacked in a good way, like the people we're protecting are jacked. There we go. Okay. So what you got to do is protect these bad boys. Okay. And that's it. You're really just hoping to catch whatever you can. I think we're going to be okay. See, if you notice, they help you fight. I don't think we lost anyone in this sitch here. Okay, so that was one fight. Probably pretty solid. We probably have 2 or 3 fights to go. Now there is a chance if we fight a demon that we can get a burning infused gem, but that's actually from the warlocks, I think. So I'm not going to be fighting this. This is the harder of the 2 escorts too. The other one you're fighting centaurs. It's much easier. Yeah, the add-ons were jacked up yesterday, but yesterday we made a kind of book on tape record, so we didn't really have to deal with that. But today we're doing one of these. It was really annoying. There's still slight issues where you hover over something on the map and it'll pop up a Lua error, LUA error. Okay, so here we go. So we have multiple demons coming through. So that's what we want here. Now, if you notice, all the Kodos are fighting. I don't think these guys will, like, just the fact that we took some of the heat off of them. Yeah, see, they were able to beat one without me even getting involved. There are 2 Kodos. Again, I don't think we lost one. And then he has a guy named Rigger that he works with. And then he himself is called Cork Gizelton. And yeah, that's pretty good. Our mana's a little low in this situation. So don't love it. We probably have 1 to 2 more fights. I think it's okay if some die, too. So I'm going to be a little bit more conservative if we pull a fight up. Well, my mana's getting better. I'm really, more than anything, worried about my mana. So, we will, again, probably, yeah, I was going to say, probably going to be stuck. One more. Only if I were about 5 feet taller. Then I would show these blasphemous demons a thing or two. Help! Okay. So, he's fighting right there.
Potential customer.
Okay. So, they're getting me right now. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that they're aggroed onto me. Could use a... Alright, so that was a little bit more dangerous, but I think that was probably our last one. If I had to guess. No, this is just a random dude. I'm not gonna do anything. Just pop a heal on myself. I'm gonna let them kind of help fight it. Kind of makes up for the one that they killed without me getting any reward for. I think that was just like a random dude. They must have done more damage than me. I think that's how that works. Alright, so probably we're good to go. Probably. And then he'll say his piece, and then he'll keep going, and I think they'll actually start hightailing it. We should be able to make it all the way up there, and then he'll do his... See, so what it basically is he pauses at certain points and waits. Hot tamales or Myconites? I'm not a fan of either. But if I had to pick between the two, I'd go Myconites also. Because that's more like a chewy jelly bean, and hot tamales are also chewy, but they're like a cinnamon spicy. Like a big red flavored candy. Yeah, I'm good. Wow, we did it! Not sure why we thought we needed the likes of you. Nevertheless, speak with Smeed Scrabblescrew. He'll give you your earnings. Alright, now we're gonna... See, now if you notice they're booking it. Up before he said... What am I paying you for? The Kodos are nearly dead. Eek! Demons appear hungry for the Kodos. And only if I were about 5 feet taller, then I would show these blasphemous demons a thing or two. Help! Alright, so things will get easier now as we head north. We're not gonna, this is where you turn it in to Gizelton Caravan. Over here at whatever that place is called. We are probably not gonna have to do that. He might stop here. I'm not gonna necessarily chase him down for his shop and his recipes. Like I said, he will have some good ones. But the things he sells, I believe, can be found on quests. Other quests. I mean, we can follow him to the end. After we do this one, we can follow him to the end of his path. Well, we're going to have to follow him somewhat, but we can finish following him to at least get one of his sets of recipes. Alright, so then when we finish up here, I want to kind of go out to the ocean. I want to do all these. And then work my way back to tournament. And we're going to pick up the Scepter of Light and claim Rackmore's treasure. We're going to do the whole darn thing. And then ultimately make our way back for Fish in a Bucket. And do that twice. Yeah, as you can see, we're just kind of making our way along, walking up, and right around here is where he'll offer Bodyguard for hire. I'm pretty sure you can do this running both ways, too. So this is an interesting way. This is one of those where I'm like, if I was doing Questy, I don't know how I'd handle it. Anyone want a free carry for Shadowfang Keep? Why would, like, those are the kind of things it's like, dude, why aren't those, why isn't that kind of thing offered when you need it? So yeah, about the weather, so I'm getting this recorded tonight, and I now don't have to wake up early to go to work tomorrow, so that's good. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll definitely, I mean, I was going to give you guys this episode regardless today. I might have just, I may have had some more urgency, but I'm like, nah, I'll wait. I'll start when it's convenient. I'll take my time. I'll do everything I want to do around the house and stuff. And then tomorrow, the storm's supposed to be hitting in the evening, so if I wake up and do a record, we should still get one. If I do a first thing record, we should be good. And then the following day, as of right now, I should still have to work, so even if there is maybe some issues with power or internet, hopefully it would all be worked out by Friday evening when I come back. Only small chance. Friday is my sister's birthday. And that makes there's a chance if she's going to want to hang out or do something that she'll request a grown-ups night out, in which case I might miss the record that day because I might end up going and hanging out with the family instead. There's certainly a chance of that happening. Okay, so this is about where he should stop. I wonder if he's only going to stop on the back end. So maybe he only stops when he's coming in this direction. Which, that's lame. That appears to be the case. So, that stinks. So that means we are gonna be stuck with this guy for a moment. That's okay, I guess. The problem is that that moment might be somewhere in the neighborhood of 10-ish minutes. 10 to 15. Those are not fingers in the classic salad. But yeah, so that's about that. Now, speaking of birthdays, yours truly, old Mr. Monsieur Glicon here. Now, is this the spot where he pulls over? That'd be great, because that means it's really near the beginning of the Sendar quest. It doesn't appear. I didn't think so, but... Oh, it is! Yeah. Alright, that's good. So that means our waiting can already start. And we could actually, maybe, run down there and run back before he's done. So what he does is he brings this little robo out. Here he is, Vendortron 1000. And you can buy things from him. Most notably, recipes. Heavy Kodo Stew, already know it. Roast Raptor. Jungle Stew. Already know Carrion Surprise. Lean Venison. Already know Hot Lion Chops. So, that's 3 new recipes for us. So that's cool. We learned 3 new things. I can also sell these here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I think we have time, because like I said, it's around 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to run down and go turn that other quest, and then we're going to run back. Because even also, when he gets to this spot on the way back, he's going to stop and wait. This is good. So we'll get to get these caravan quests out of the way. We're going to have to repeat this entire process again when we make it to... what's a poo? When we do this on our Glee Contessa. I'm a little bit bummed. My mage is so broke right now on my dry run. I think I'm gonna probably have to start doing... I'm gonna have to start using some more of my free time. Like, maybe instead of winding down watching a little TV at the end of the night, I'm gonna have to grind it out a few nights a week and just quest, because this show is catching up so far. I am on Dustwallow. I did those side, the Swampasaurus quest that I missed, the chain that originates out of Duskwood for the Horde. I did that today. And I've been working on the missing diplomat quest, which I saved, even though it's a super easy quest line.
Not sure it's a prosperous proposition to be paying so much money to protect the Gizelton Caravan. Cork and Rigger only make 1 gold piece a week. But as long as they keep paying for my Kodos, I can care less how they run their business.
Alright, so now we're going to go back up to where that dude was at, and Gizelton Caravan is done. When we get up there, we'll also hit up the spreadsheet. And then we'll do the easier one. So that's good. Notice that was some Ratchet reputation. Yeah, so yours truly has a birthday coming up in a few days myself. So my goal, as a birthday present to myself, would be... We have been working towards the... that milestone that YouTube makes you push for. So long ago, probably a year ago or so, we hit... There are 2 requirements in order to make money on a YouTube video. Or on a YouTube channel. You have to have over the past calendar year, you need at least 4,000 hours. And every day that goes forward, that calendar year rolls. So, because of that, because of the nature of my show, that number is consistently going up for me. So, we're at about 5,000 hours and growing because, you know, what I was doing a year ago, my numbers were not as high as they are today. So that number should only go up for some time, not down. And I would imagine that is going to be the case for a while, for at least a year or whatever. So we are long there, but the other thing you need is you need 1,000 subscribers on the channel. And then that opens up the ability to monetize your channel, which is great. Also, only... only 1% of people that ever make a channel on YouTube, that ever post a video. Now that's including everyone. That's including the dude who 16 years ago posted a picture of himself doing bench presses or whatever. That's ever. So, you know, people that are actively working at it, you know, you'd have to parse that data down a bit to get a real number. But just looking, data always tells a story, and you can shape the story that you want. So by us reaching that milestone, we're already in the top 1% of people that have ever made a YouTube channel. This show, the show that you guys have helped make awesome, that you guys have helped, and I want to make it more awesome. It's going to require, there are things that could happen on this show that just require more resources on my end, because I'm not going to go out on a limb and jeopardize my career and lots of money and capital. I'm trying to do this organically, and that's how I got the green light from my family, and that's how I fit it in, is I can continue to pursue a career outside of this, and this can kind of be a back burner, just a project that I work on that I hope takes off. But then that way I'm not jeopardizing my roof over my head and my kids eating. But my goal would be, if by my birthday, which is just less than a week away, if I could hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, that would be a huge present, because we've been working for that since day one. We started right around the beginning of the year in 2022. So we are about 2 years, 2.75 years, so 2 years and 3/4. We're getting close to the 3-year mark that we've been working towards this goal, which more professional people than myself that are more savvy with social media and more engaged in different media outlets can probably hit that number in like a week. And I purposefully left untapped markets. I do not use my circle, my sphere of real life influence, because I like a sort of an anonymity. So I don't promote myself in any of the real world arenas that I could, or I could have hit this number easily within the first year. I have an untapped market. Maybe one day I will talk about that, but it's not, now is not the time. However, we're so close. We're about 12 subscribers or so away. So if we could get there, that would be the coolest birthday present for myself. I'm at the age where I don't, I'm going to work on my birthday. I'm going to work the night before. I'm going to work the night of. I'll work the next day. It's not, I'll get on here and record on my birthday. There's not anything special going to happen. And if I want something, I'll buy myself that thing. But that's something I could, you can't buy. Well, I guess you can. Actually, I read somewhere that like most people that make real money on YouTube buy subscribers. I don't know how that works, but there's a way, I guess, to purchase subscribers.
A customer. Talk to my greatest invention, the Vendertron 1000. He has all your needs. Some of the rarest items you will ever find on the market anywhere in Kalimdor. Not to mention that his programming will not allow any bargaining. So the price you see is the price you pay.
So we did get some of these other couple ones that are nice, an extra couple recipes. Jungle Stew, which will be good when we go there. He does offer a second set, so I would like to be able to use that. But I'm also pretty sure everything he sells is available via questing. So this is what you see. You kind of are stuck. He kind of sort of waits here, and we're stuck waiting for him. Oh, let's do our spreadsheet. So we did Gizelton's... What was it called? Gizelton Caravan. All right, so this is a yellow quest. So if we go over to our database here and we do Desolace, we just did the Gizelton Caravan. Why don't I have that? Huh. Look, I don't have it listed. And what's the other one? It's called Bodyguard for Hire. There's Bodyguard for Hire. Gizelton Caravan. I must have not like included it. So let's see what level is Gizelton Caravan. No. Okay, so this is a level 38 quest. And then if you look at some of the others, I know Bodyguard for Hire is... Yes, that. Bodyguard for Hire is a level 35, so we know it's past that. I guess let's look at Hand of Eruxos. So this is a 38-32. Hand of Eruxos. Oh, man. Okay. That's a 38-32 also. Okay, so that's right there. Followed by Portals of Legion. So we'll say it's right here. Insert. Shift down. Somehow I missed that. Okay, this is going to be Gizelton Caravan. I don't know how I missed that quest. I don't know. Oh, there he goes. He's off. Okay, so perfect. And he says, "So sorry to leave a customer, but we have places to go and people to swindle. Back sometime later today. Goodbye." All right, so that's the one we actually finished, and I'm not checking it off because we're gonna like do that. All right, so when we get here, we'll be able to do Bodyguard for Hire. I can't believe I missed the Gizelton Caravan. I think it's because when I did it with my characters, I did it the way we're doing it right now, and I just counted it as doing it, and I must have not did the spreadsheet. All right, so same deal as last time. He's going to be like giving us the opportunity to wait for a second, and then we can talk to him. If there's anybody nearby, it'll let them kind of join in the quest. But I'm looking for some bodyguards that would like to protect the Gizelton Caravan. We're stopped on the road east of Cormac's Hut, north of Kolkar Centaur.
Rigger and I would lead our Kodo past the Kolkar Centaur. Every now and then we hear the Centaur war drums, and when we hear those, we stop. It's not good for business to be dead. I'll tell you what, adventurer. If you protect us past the Kolkar village, we'll make it worth your while. It's just a short distance. All you need to do is keep the caravan intact, and you can pick up your reward from Smeed Scrabble Screw. He is down the road a bit. We do a little business together.
Alright, so this is it for this. Then we're going to leave off his other recipes. I'm not really super duper worried about it. I think in this area is where he stops. So when we're going around doing our... We'll have the opportunity later on down here if we see him when we're doing our Centaur stuff. Okay, this should be a much easier one. We're just fighting Centaur this time. Maybe if I drop... Yeah, if I just drop. I'll still drop my totems. But they should burst in. Hey, you call yourself a bodyguard? Get to work and protect us, you little buster. Oh, there's 4? Okay, I got 2 of them. Yeah, see, they're living just fine. This guy out here is... There's another one? Okay, so pretty sure they all lived. Yeah. So squad lived. That's good. But there was like 4 or 5 at the time. But they're just so much less powerful than what we were fighting before. These guys I really legitimately think could probably beat these things on their own. They're pretty strong. There's 4 of them, and individually each one is probably stronger than anything we fight. So even in a straight up 4v4 matchup, they'll probably win. We're making our way straight down this road. If it's like the last one, I think that last one was 3 fights. Okay. Gonna earn your money or what? Hey, drop my... Okay, they killed my water totem. They're jerks. Alright. It's still 2v2 here. They just hit me with the spell, little jerks. Okay, so I didn't get a chance to do anything, but it locked me up. Okay, killed another 4. Probably one more fight. Yeah, so otherwise, as far as the storm goes, it should be good. I'm not really that worried about it. I kind of feel like sort of an abundance of caution sort of thing where I think some of the neighboring areas closing down certain things. Like I said, I'm a government employee. You start shutting down certain things, and my guess is I'll probably still have to work Friday. So it's kind of a weird thing where I'm gonna get this random Thursday off in the middle of the week. And like I said, they'll make us make it up. Alright, yeah, so after this, we're in good shape. We do have some things we need to do, but yeah, I think it'll be cool if we... I think it'll be cool if we go do the water part. That would be a nice big cluster. Come on. Okay, so this is... Like, they are 1v1ing. Ugh. I'm stuck in that thing again. Just stunned. Now they're fighting this thing. But now that guy's gonna... Yeah. Okay, so... The caravan lived, the 2 Kodo lived. Yeah, okay, and the guard lived. Alright, so everybody was fine. Just fine. Cough, court clears his throat. I need help. You're fired. I need help. You're fired. Mr. Bodyguard, are you gonna earn your money or what? Hey, you call yourself a bodyguard. Get to work to protect us. Yeah. So my other off-camera people, they're level 48, so I'm getting there. Making pretty decent progress. I think I'm around level 32-ish on the retail group. Blast those stupid centaurs. It seems you kept your bargain. Up the road you'll find Speed Scrabble Screw. He has your money. Your money. Alright, so we'll go head over to Schmied right now and turn in Bodyguard for hire, pick up turn in. And that guy's going to make his way down there. Then we're going to go head back up here and pick up Scepter of Light and claim Rackmore's treasure. How are we doing on time? Probably pretty good, yeah. Okay.
You know, it doesn't seem prosperous to be paying the likes of you to guard Gizelton Caravan.
Not good.
Adventurer, if I were a bit taller, I could take on a second job and sit Kodo's side saddle with the biggest gun my hands could carry. And I'd show them blasted centaur who's their papa.
Okay. Okay. Show them who's their papa, buddy. Alright, so that was Bodyguard for hire. That one's done. Again, not going to check it off because we're going to have to complete that on another character too. Alright, so now we make our way up here. I want Scepter of Light and Claim Rackmore's treasure to both be picked up. And then we're going to go into the ocean and start messing around there. And, I don't know, I don't know that I'm going to do a super long episode tonight. I'm not sure. I don't know that I have that in me, in my soul. As I did have, you know, a day at work today. It wasn't particularly bad. I've survived and come out the other side of the mega stressful period of work. The busy period is over, and it won't be until after Thanksgiving where things will clamp down again. So right now I'm in, like, I survived the first, there's like a solid month and a half, which is probably, it's one of my two most busy, tough times of year. Now it's really a lot of maintaining, a lot of data running, spreadsheets, a lot of math, a lot of computer work, meetings, preparatory type stuff at this time of year, like, you know, assessing how things went, which I just sent out. I pretty much did all my main reports. Sent that all out before I clocked out today. So I have some things. I probably have another day to 2 days worth of work, just stuff I've been putting off that I can do, and then I'm gonna have to do some tasks that I've been putting off because they've recently changed some of the operating procedures, and they've basically said, like, hold off on doing these tasks because they're making changes in the law and blah, 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 programs that we use. Alright, so here's the Scepter of Light. This is Azor Aldamort.
The Burning Blade in Thunder Axe Fortress to the east is rumored to have acquired the Scepter of Light from the Naga. Legend tells that the scepter is able to sink entire cities under the Great Seas. The Burning Blade must not be allowed to possess such power. To that end, you must retrieve the scepter yourself. It is held by a Burning Blade seer, who studies the scepter from atop one of the Thunder Axe watchtowers.
So now we have another reason to go to Thunder Axe Fortress. So that's good that we came here first. So the Scepter of Light, again, this is a neutral one. We'll be doing this one twice. Okay, and there is a separate quest over here before we head into the ocean. I think there's another step in this quest after you do it. But there's, I mean, nothing we can do about that. We go to the Burning Axe Fortress or whatever. We're gonna once, and we want to go down there, but that's not the way to do it if you don't like dying. Criticus Maximus. I mean, he's got some enchanted swords, daggers, swords. Alright, so here we go. I'm so used to playing with my other characters, like it's hard sometimes to like code switch in my brain between the two that I do. I'm super excited to do Burning Crusade and Beyond. It's going to be really fun. Alright, so in this chest somewhere is a quest. There's Rackmore's log. I am Ulysses Rackmore, captain of the Gallant. And this is the log of the last few days of my doomed ship. We were sailing to Feathermoon Stronghold with a shipment of supplies when Naga stormed the sides of the Gallant. Or Gallant. I don't know why I'm saying Gallant. We drove them back, but we knew they'd return. Fearing the loss of my most precious belongings, I steered the Gallant to an island off the coast of Desolace, one with old Night Elf ruins, and there I left my treasure chest. My chest is one of ingenious design and requires 2 keys to unlock, 1 gold and 1 silver. The first key, the silver key, I gave to my first mate, and I kept the gold, but we were doomed to lose them. My key was lost during the next Naga attack, and my first mate's was lost a day later when Dry Snap Makrura assailed us and pulled him into the deep. I'm sure the Naga and Makrura have the keys. I am glad the 2 are enemies and will not share them. After the Makrura attack, we could see that the Gallant would not survive another, so I and the few surviving sailors abandoned my ship. We're now ashore and will soon strike out for the town of Nigel's Point, but much danger lies between us and Sanctuary, and I fear Desolace will consume us. I write this now in hopes that someone will know our plight, and someday avenge us against the watery fiends who were our ruin. And we're going to claim Rackmore's treasure. Rackmore's log tells of how his ship was sailing for Feathermoon Stronghold when it was attacked by seafaring creatures. To prevent his treasure from falling into enemy hands, he hid his chest on Ranajar Isle. To open the chest requires 2 keys, a silver and a gold. The keys were lost, but if the keys and the chest are found, a treasure awaits. So now we have all kinds of cool stuff we can add. Into the sea we go. And let's go ahead and add some water breathing for 10 minutes as we go. We've got all kinds of things we need to do. So the Makrura have the silver key. I don't think you can skin these guys, if so, kind of sadistic. Anytime you have an intelligent race that you can skin, I think it's creepy, and also my wife loves it. She's like, yeah, like when we kill any creature, a werewolf, a furbolg, anything that has hair, she's like, why can't I skin it? But you can skin werewolves, though. Which is weird. Alright, so we got a soft-shelled clam. We need the actual soft-shelled clam. Meat. Okay, so we're just going to be killing. Hopefully we get some more oil while we're down here, because it's probably going to take us more than 10 minutes. Because we have a lot of things. Okay, we got scales, which is what we need for the water walking, which we are going to use that when we make our way home. Oh, I guess the reef crawlers can also have the clam meat, so that's cool. It'd be cool if you could, like, recharge your water breathing spell, or, like, not make it happen. And for these, we should not be deterred that we're not getting the key from them, because we only need 1 key. At some point we may have to rejuvenate our mana, and that is what it is. More fish scales, so we're getting plenty. Oh, I see some more clams. Yeah, I don't even know that I was fully aware that you could get the clam meat from those crawlers. I guess it's maybe just something you can get. But you definitely cannot get them from this. Giant soft-shelled clam. Of course you can. Where is my Clambot? Clambot, I need you. I don't want to keep my bag open. Clambot, please help me, Clambot. I'm still waiting, guys. You know what? Almost a better present than hitting our 1,000 subscribers and entering the monetization program of the great YouTube gods that could changed my life. Well, really, it's you guys that changed my life. Well, you know, to be fair, it's me that changes my life. I decided to do this. But couldn't do it without all of you. And better than that, though, would be Clam Bait. Looting the asylum will bind it to you. Oh, we also got the Pendant of Nizrael. This shard pulses as you hold it. You feel a sense of pleading coming from the shard as if someone is trying to communicate, someone who desperately needs your help. A vision appears in your mind of the northern mountains of Arathi, and of a brilliant crystal jutting from the earth there. You feel drawn to that place. It's also a 10-point necklace. Not quite as good as the one we have. So, look at this jerk. See? What they do is they steal the clam meat. Then, if they loot the clam meat, you can then loot it from them. Now that's all coming back to me. Look, we got collar meat. But we did also get the key. But if they eat it, then you can't get it. It's kind of annoying. Now I remember that. Okay, we got the silver key, so that's cool. This necklace is one of the quests it's the quest that you don't need it, but you can use it. So actually the clams, the crawlers, we don't want that. What we want is these. You just want to kill the crawlers if they get too close and they steal your clams. Wish we swam faster. Elemental Invasion is up in Silithus. I mean, I'm not sure. So, from a level perspective, it appears that Winter Spring might be the hardest quest in the hardest zone in the game. But I believe Silithus was the last zone added. It was the last patch zone, and in a way, because of that, I hate Silithus, because Silithus is basically like the precursor to the end game additional zones they add in each expansion. Okay, guess what? We're gonna come out with a new expansion soon, so let's add a new zone where you can get new gear and you can grind and do dailies. It was kind of the genesis of that. So because of that, I kind of hate it. It's that cycle of never-ending endgame grind, and I don't love that. I mean, I could kill this. I just don't think we have to. I think we just need to go for the giant soft-shelled clams. Alright, so we need to kill some Naga too for the gold key. And I need some of this chatter to go away. Like some of this on-screen distraction. Look, there's a waterlogged footlocker if you're a rogue. I forgot I have that level 40. Oh, that's level 40? And we're level 39, so we're getting there. Alright, so we do need to kill these guys. Oh. And it looks like we just need to kill Period. We need the Naga. We don't need the warriors, so we can stay off of them. My goal would be to get as much of this done as we can. We do need these sorceresses as well. Hi, sorceress. What else do we need? Myrmidons. Naga, Myrmidons, and sorceresses. And they really want to give us those fish scales. Don't they know? I don't give a crap about no fish scales. I just want giant soft-shelled clams. Those clams. But that's good that we got that Mizrael's necklace. So, Mizrael's necklace here is just a breadcrumb. Nothing else. So kind of, it's definitely a progress stopper in terms of getting you in terms of a completionist, because you can easily you don't need the necklace to start the chain. and it's a random drop, so it can be. I feel sorry for people that are attempting to be completionists that don't go as thoroughly as me. Oh, I am what? There's another quest. It's called like speedrun. I mean, another app. I saw some screenshots of someone using it. And it's like, oh. But I think that would just tell you like, hey, do this. I'm pretty sure it's like do this, do this, do this. And we have 7 clam meats. Our mana's getting a little low too. These little jets are poisoning me. Don't want to use my mana to slow him down, that's why I'm just running. Yeah, I got some COD. I'm not gonna use any other spells other than Lightning Shield. And poison reduction. Okay, he's sending me back where I came from. Perfect. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys could hear that on the mic right there, but that is the sound of a middle school boy playing online games with his friends since I'm letting him stay up later tonight, since there's now no school tomorrow either in the area because of a hurricane or a tropical storm to become a hurricane. Alright, so what do we need here? We still need all 7 Myrmidons, just 2 Naga, and 4 more sorceresses. And we still need 3 clam meat, and I don't have my key yet. So we are still hoping to get that key drop, but since we have so much mandatory Naga killing to do, uh-oh. Got the key. Look at that. It was like we called it into existence. Okay, got the key. Still need some other of the kills, though. Still need the giant clam meat. We are getting out of clam meat territory, though. Yeah, that's the sound of my son. He is a silly boy. So we just had a conversation. So he has been he's been in band, his middle school. So he's been doing it for 2 years. Now in year 3 of the whole band experience. And over the past year, he's gotten into guitar as well. So they've got him. He plays bassoon. That's the kind of the instrument he was sort of kind of assigned. And let's just say, as a young middle school boy, bassoon is not the sexiest instrument. That is not going to make you feel cooler for playing bassoon. Nor are the ladies going to swoon for the bassoon. You know what I mean. So 8th grade, I'm telling you, is like peak. Peak. Nothing else matters except being cool among friends, boys and girls. I'm sure any of you that have the experience know. It's just freaking peak, man. So we don't feel like it. We had a conversation today when, so I usually have some mandated music practice because while I love my son, he is certainly of the personality where if he is not told to do something responsible, he won't do it. Now he's getting better as he gets older, especially about schoolwork. He's getting better about that. His grades are better this year so far than they were last year, and that's good. I like that. But when it comes to practicing playing music, when it comes to doing chores I mean, he gets an allowance. When it comes to doing chores that might earn that allowance, because It is more work for me to monitor the level in which he does the chores than it is to actually, like, have him do them. But, you know, then again, you don't want to reward that. You don't want to... anyway, it's just, it's the, you know, it's the life of being, it's like being a parent. I've done it with 4 kids. He's my 4th. He's the baby. So, barring a cruel twist, a cruel sense of humor on the part of God, he should be the last one. And I won't have to do this again unless I become a grandparent. In which case, though, that's different, right? Everybody tells me being a grandparent is different. I'm still too young for that. But, like, biologically, sure, it could happen. But, like, right, when you're a grandparent, you don't have to do all that. You don't have to... Unless you're the grandparent / caregiver, you don't have to dictate the chores and everything. But anyway, so he's, you know, he's much more into the guitar. So the past year he's been playing electric guitar, and that's a cooler instrument. Sounds better. It looks cooler. It's sexier. So we had a talk today where for the first time ever, he was kind of telling me, like, I don't know that I want to be in band anymore. And I'm trying to diagnose, you know, where does this come from? So that's my challenge as a dad. Because on the one hand, you don't want to, like, strong arm. I don't want to anyway. As much as I love that he's pursuing a skill like playing a musical instrument in band, I don't want to strong arm the kid and force him to do it. You know, and it's highly unlikely that he's going to take his bassoon that I make him do for whatever 15 minutes a day and join the, you know, whatever London orchestra or some famous, or I'm not even cultured enough to know famous orchestras. So he's certainly not getting it from me. Me and his mom, we do not play musical instruments. So then what's the, you know, so then then the question gets begged, what is the goal? So when my daughter was, one of my daughters, she did gymnastics her whole life. Her whole, like, elementary, middle school, into high school life. And there became a point when it wasn't fun for her anymore, when there were more negatives than positives, and there were almost no positives. And so at that point in time, we had to have a conversation where and it was kind of similar to the conversation I had tonight, but where she basically said she wanted to quit doing the gymnastics. And that was a much easier conversation for me because that cost so much money and time traveling. I was like, okay, honey, if that's what you really want. Because anybody that, if you have not been a parent of a gymnastics person, especially a child at a high level, I mean, she was doing gymnastics, like, it's at least 20 hours a week throughout the weekdays, not counting the competitions and traveling. It was, like, probably the second biggest monthly bill expense I had. Like, it was the second largest chunk of my finances after my house. So I just bit the bullet, you know, and I was sweet after that. But anyway, that's not the case with my son being playing band, and I just, you know, before I just say, okay, son, quit. You know, you don't want to let that happen either as a parent. You don't want to just be like encouraging quitting. It depends on your kid. Everybody's different. So I wanted to get to the bottom of it, and I think the bottom of it is, I think the root of the cause is that the bassoon is not a sexy instrument. It's not cool. It does not sound good. No one is rocking bassoon solos. It's just not There's no glory in it. You know, and especially at that age, you need validation. You need positive reinforcement, but not from me. The fact that dad's at home saying, "Oh, son, you sound great," that doesn't cut it when you're 13, 14 years old. So, you know, I basically said, we're not going to knee-jerk reaction this. Let's ride it out for now. We're not going to make any instantaneous life decisions. And ask yourself, what is it? Is it band that you want to quit? Is it playing? Is it the bassoon? Is it, you know, are you going to have some FOMO later on? Like when all of your friends that are still in band are going to band trips and going and playing in sporting events when you're in high school in less than a year. So that was dad moment today. So it was he basically kind of, you know, was like, you know, you've given me a lot to think about, and I don't have any answers for these things right now, but I'll kind of assess. And there are things, you know, as a child, he's probably not mentioning. He has this little girlfriend he started having. So there could be an element of that. What are we missing here? We still need one more clam. And we need, yeah, so that's it. But first, didn't want to fight this razor tail. So claim Rackmore's treasure. Did I pick that up? That's it. Should we do this fight here? No, we didn't do that. So we also did claim Rackmore's treasure. I don't know. So anybody has any advice for the old dad me? I'll take it. I'll listen. Because I don't know. I don't have the answers. Every kid is different. And I've changed my parenting so much. You know, I was in my 20s when my other kids were this age. And now, you know, I'm in my 40s. So a whole, just entirely different experience. Here's the chest, by the way. You use these two keys on that. The chest is securely locked. The chest opens to reveal Rackmore's treasure. You get both. You get the wand and the shield. That's it. Cool. So now that's done. And now we do need more clam juice. So we'll go get that, and then we're gonna run our way down the coast. I think we're gonna have to come back out here again to this isle. I don't think it's as simple as that. So we did just complete claim Rackmore's treasure. Cool. My goal is to, at least get get me out of here. We're not doing that until the very end when we do the the Khan Haratha. I think at least the first time, since we're going to have to do it twice. So we do have the Thunderaxe Fortress to work on with the Corruptor. We have some satyrs to kill while we're up there doing that. That's all the same. We're not going to actually go there. This is the same right there. We have the Bloodbelly Fish Catch of the Day, which will send us back there. And then we can continue our Gelkis Alliance and work on that some. The prize instructions, that's actually a Maraudon. Some of these you have to just be careful because they're really Maraudon quests. Yeah, but if you look at what we have going on, actually, we're making pretty good progress. So we have to go there and turn that in. We have the Satyr, Burning of Spirits, Alliance Relations. I think you have to do the Burning of Spirits to get the next Alliance Relations. Then the Corruptor drop that comes with it. We have to do the Magrum. More Corruptor. We did that. Broken Tears. I think that's one of the Magrum. There's a clam over there. That's perfect. That should be our last. Oh, you little butthole.
It's too far away.
No, he got the freaking clam juice. He stole it. And we didn't get it from him. That guy sucks. Okay, so there's another clam right there. At least we killed the crab, so I think we can get it. But anyway, I will say when I was younger, if my kids would have done something like this, I would have been more dictatorial. I would have been like, no, you're not quitting. Or, you know, because I would have just seen that element of it, the quitting element. That would have been noted. Oh, also, by the way, I did not put the Crystal in the Mountains quest. We'll tag that one later. And so that's one thing that my other children, probably my older ones, probably resent, because I have learned, because of them, I've learned to just, I have to chill out. Like, I was so strict about, like, video game time, ironically, and about grades. And I really... It worked on my daughters. It worked on my oldest daughter. She was very responsible, and the strictness more or less yielded a responsible person. My second daughter, it worked pretty well, but it did lead to some sneaky behavior, some teenage sneaking out of the house a couple times in the middle of the night, that kind of thing, that none of my other kids did. And then with my third son, who really, the male aspect of it, maybe, I don't know what made it so different for him. He hated it, and it drove a wedge that pretty much still to this day is never, we don't have, he's not close with us. You know, now that he's an adult, he doesn't visit. We very rarely, maybe we see him once a year, and even that's usually not planned. Like, it's like a, whoops, you're here at an event where your sisters are at or something like that. There's no animosity anymore, but from a very young, 14, 15 years old, he was pretty much done, wanted nothing to do with us. Myself and my wife. And so by the time I got to the baby that had such a gap, the one who's now 14, it was, I had, you know, I'd seen how strictness, you know, going too far on one side can lead to such resentment and in the end cause the opposite of what you want. And it's probably about how you do it too. I probably sucked, you know. I think there's a way to be firm in your beliefs, but not be a a-hole. And I probably failed in some of that, you know. And time will only tell when my youngest is an adult if I did any better. Because it's a partnership. My wife is part of this too. Alright, so we're pretty good here. We're going to turn in clam bait and other fish to fry. But we actually, let's see. I think we're good enough on time. Yeah. I want to do the other fish to fry ×2. And then make my way into the Kodo graveyard. And actually, no, I'm probably not going to do the Kodo graveyard because I want to, maybe, Alright, so let's do clam bait. See, look at that. There was a little Lua error there. They keep popping up.
How you doing, man?
First, let's sell some of this. I think we need Naga scale. The cod, I don't know.
Bye-bye now. Be good.
Can't wait to go fishing with some fresh, soft-shelled clam meat. Did you bring me the 10 pieces of it I need?
You be careful, man.
Okay, well this belt is essentially the equivalent of, let's say, like a 13. So it's way worse, actually. Perfect, man. This is just what witch doctor told me to do for my headache. He says, my lahi, go fish. It'll make you feel better. Well, I feel better already, thanks, man.
Good to meet ya.
Okay, so Clam Bait done. That's one we can check off. It's actually a done one. Okay.
How you doing, man?
As sweet as it is hearing the news that the Naga have been vanquished, my heart still feels empty. For the rest of my life, I will be dedicated to having them all killed. Here, mon, your reward, as I promised. It's small in comparison to the gratification of knowing the Naga fried for their hatred act upon my crew.
Stay away from them.
Okay, so cool. Other fish to fry also done. Along with claim Rackmore. Oops, that should be there. Okay, so what we need here is we need to do this twice. There's a quest called Blood Belly Fish.
Greetings, man.
Fish in a bucket.
Hey, mon, you ever been diving deep in the ocean? I'll let you in on a little secret there. Deep in the ocean, you can find bubbly fishes that allow you to breathe air while underwater. Let's keep this secret between you and me, though. I don't need competition for my shellfish traps elsewhere, if you get my drift.
Spirits be with you, man.
So we need 5 shellfish times 2, so we need 10 shellfish. Okay, and we need to go underwater.
I'm out of range.
So you need to look for these traps. There's no real... There they are. So there's a trap right there. We need a total of 10 shellfish. Oh, excuse me. And that's to get the catch of the day quest. Oh, see, he doesn't like me fighting it. And now, whenever you get hit, your water walking disappears. Okay, so, yeah, we're getting kind of... So we got 1. I don't know if there's anything else you can do with these shellfish. Probably not. There's a dry snap pincer, dry snap crawler. I think probably you can get more than 1 sometimes. Yeah, we just got 2. So we have 3. Oh my gosh. There's this shrieking element to kid gamers that I just I would imagine, I have to tell myself I was probably that too. Right? I'm sure I was annoying AH as heck. I'm sure we all were. Anybody that's lived through being an adolescent. I don't know where this guy's... I think I've gone wrong. I don't think... Just scanning for these cages, but... I guess probably closer to the pier. We need 7 more. See, another Lua error. Tricky to know what even triggers it. If you look at it, I mean, I guess it's not that tricky. You just look at the lines of code. I mean, these guys are worth XP, so I guess when we fight them, it's not the end of the world. So I have, yeah, I've got the birthday coming up, but I don't really have any plans for that. Okay, so we're at 5. We need 5 more. Nothing really special to do. It's just where it falls. It's smack in the middle of, you know, work and everything else. And I just don't really have a desire. Like, sure, maybe if there was something. I do have, I'll be going out of town for a weekend for my anniversary. Well, it's, my wife would beg to differ. We're going to watch a football game, which I will enjoy greatly, and she likes it too, a lot. But I have been told, because it's around my anniversary, that the anniversary should not be all about a football game, and rightfully so. So this will not, even though it will be happening over the course of that weekend, and we will be taking the weekend away together, this does not count as our anniversary. So I'll keep you posted on what penance I pay for going to see a football game right around the time of my wedding or anniversary. What I would think would be like, hey, we're going out of town. We're gonna have a hotel. I'm not gonna have the kids. What? There was a crawler inside the cage. Football game is only part of it. That's just like half a day. You know, spend the rest of the time, call it, you know, celebrate otherwise. I don't know. How did I stay married so long, guys? I don't know how I did it. But yeah, so I'll miss a couple records. That's the point of that story. There will be in about a month. So we're at 3. We have 2 more shellfish we need. In about a month, we will have a couple records. We'll miss a couple. Judgment Day, the future. Hopefully this is 2 so we can be done. It was. Alright, so now we can go turn this quest in twice. This quest called Fish in a Bucket. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to add some more. I guess we can go turn in this too. We won't be able to get any rested XP, but who cares, I guess. Don't have to come back here. I mean, we could go there and back. We could do that. It's a little bit boring, but...
What be on your mind? You be
I'll reward anyone who makes my life a bit easier. I enjoy doing as little as possible, man. Below the docks here in Shadow Prey Village, I have many shellfish traps. If you're kind enough to do my work and collect me my shellfish, then I'll reward you with something you want. Get my drift, man. For every 5 shellfish you bring me, I'll give you a fine blood-belly fish.
Stay away from them.
Sweet, man. Nothing beats work being done, especially if it's someone else doing the work, eh?
You be careful, man.
I suppose
Be
so.
seeing ya.
Alright, so we got our fish. So now I will go to the catch of the day graveyard and then we'll come back. Why not? And that way we'll be able to rest in the end. And the next time we're gonna pick up, we'll work on some of the Centaur quest line, but then we also need to go up to the Thunder Axe Fortress, work there. We need to kill the satyr, so we'll do that in the morning. For me, I don't know what time it'll be. You. But yeah, what are we doing? Let's look and see where we're at with the actual quests. So, hunting and Strigglethorn, that's going to be like the last one we do with this character pretty much. Or if we have to go over to the other continent, because that's annoying. We will have to for one of the Centaur quest chains. So we can complete these all in the next episode, including that one and those 2. That one is pretty much done. Actually, why not? Let's turn in Magram Alliance right now. So we're literally walking right by it, and I keep walking by it.
The earth speaks to me, and it says you have killed many Magram. This is good. If you are a friend of the Gelkis, then listen, I have more tasks for you.
Now look, we lost another 500. just for doing it. That's 25 more centaur we have to kill. But that might be just about the last that we have to do. Stealing supplies.
When we are not at war, we hunt for meat. Meat gives us strength, and full bellies fight harder than empty ones. It is the same with the Magrum. They store extra meat so they may fight longer between hunts. If you raid their village to the east and take their stores of meat, then their strength will fail.
Alright, so we just did Magrum. No, we just did Gelkis Alliance, right? So we did Gelkis Alliance right here. That's actually done and turned in. And we are now picking up. We picked up the... What was it called? Stealing supplies. So that's just a yellow one. We can't check it off, but at least it's picked up. Okay. So there's not a lot we're going to do with that one. We have to go over there and we're going to do our... We'll handle that as well as we can. That just gives us one more thing to add on. Okay, so Magrum Alliance, that won't be happening until like the end. That it will be the very, very end of the episode of Desolace when we're grinding out to get the other Centaur quest line. So not worried about that. Broken Tears comes out of that. That's all Alliance. We've done that. So the Corruptor chain will be coming up. Condesipa. Should do that. I think we did Condesipa. We did. I just didn't check it off. And we did Centaur Bounty, I believe. Right? Yeah. I just didn't check it off. Right, we did Centaur Bounty. Uh-huh. Yeah, I guess I just didn't check it off after we did it. Okay, so that's good. So those are actually checked off. This comes, that is technically done. Kanshaka, Ungeko, Kanjen, those are all part of the Centaur War that we're going to be continuing to dive into. Catch of the, we just did Fish in a Bucket ×2. Did it twice. Pick it up. Turn it in. We technically did it over here, but it doesn't really, that doesn't super matter because we could have done it before we ran and did that. Which this is going to allow us to now do catch of the day. Yep. So we're going to get to check off catch of the day right now. Okay, cool. And then what's left? We did the Caravan. Book of the Ancients, that's the next one. Hand of Eruxus, Portals of Legion. We have those. I mean, well, Portals of Legion is the next step. That's a breadcrumb. I mean, that's an escort we'll do near the end. Corruptor. Yep. And then doing Conharatha for the second time. Okay, yeah. So pretty much we are... I would say we have 2 episodes of questing to do.
Peace, friend.
My hoof tingles and my mouth starts to water when I think of fried bloodbelly fish. You have any on you?
You are a savior, adventurer. These bloodbelly fish look almost good enough to eat raw. Here you
Yeah, I
go.
want the leather.
Choose one of these items as a payment for these fish.
Nataka starts salivating.
Go in peace.
Alright, so next time... I think we can kind of continue this journey here. We can go here. Then go up, bam, bam. Here, we'll have to turn that in. Yeah, it's gonna, just depends. I don't see why we can't at least get the crudely dried meat next time. I'm just gonna log out right here, you know what? I decided I don't care about the rest of XP. Alright, everybody, so, what's our time? Am I really short at you guys? I mean, we're an hour and a half in. I think we're good. That means we have another episode in the pipe, 5x5. Everyone, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching and for tuning in. You're all rock the house. And I'll see you bright and early, just a few hours from now. And I'm going to make another record, another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Peace.